series in particular on this map, as you mentioned, when they did face off against Seattle. But can Jimbo step up to the plate? I think that has to be the question here for Paris today. If they go on to lose this game, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it's a lot more crucial that LAG get a win under their belt rather than Paris, as it is going to be LAG kicking it off with the time here. But yeah, I think LAG are the ones in free fall right now. Paris, things can kind of only get better, and so far so good for the LAG.
Well, they have that hold at the moment. LAG just going to try and hold off Paris for this push that's coming through. Nades flying through, taps flying through. John going to find that first kill as well. Hugh going down. Slashalow picking up 2 in return, and Asim is going to shut down the push for them. It'll be rotation time for Paris.
They're going to consider this rotation, looking that way, having one more stab at it over towards P1. That rotation over towards P2 though. Slasher ready and waiting. It's a really good take for the LAG on P1. We often do talk about some of the first hills on hard points and how mixy they can be. That one in particular on Berlin though, it's very much one of those hills you can lock a decent amount of time down on. Over towards P2 though, that's also one that you can get a good chunk. See Paris in a nice little setup here. They've got Doc's control as well as control in the hill. They know where the hit's going to be coming from. They've got Temp spawning up there as well. I'm really looking to Temp to continue his form that we've seen at Major number 1 though. If that can continue to happen, this team are definitely going to set.
Yeah, Temp's definitely been slaying out for them as well, and they're pretty much trying to get back in this game. It was all LAG in the kill feed, and now we've gone to P2. They haven't really had a sniff at any sort of progress at all. Temp continuing to just try and slay out, keep these players away. Gunners goes down to him, will eventually get traded away as well, though. And as you can see, one last push, one last roll of the dice here for the LAG as they try to get some scrap time and break it away. Not going to be any good, though. Jimbo is here. Scene goes in for it, but Jimbo with 3 there in the end. And now the rotation. LAG will have control.
Good stuff from Paris, though. That's a good chunk of time once more. But these teams not really able to break each other. Once that rotation is locked in, it's been very, very difficult so far for either team to break on through. The stats tell that as well. Will the story continue, though, as this push starts to come on through? Slasher and Co trying to lock this in as best as they can. Could John find the entry? Not quite going to happen. Somebody like Hook inside of fire is really going to be a problem. Jimbo on a force spree, though. That's going to end. Good hold from LAG so far, and for me, Paris kind of all coming in one direction now. I'd like to see them split it up a little bit.
Well, they're going to try and get this pinch going down now if they can. John going to go through fires. Already one in the corner. Slasher holds his gunfire for him for a second and somehow gets out of dodge. Eventually, it's picked up by the Paris players, desperately trying to crack this hardpoint open. But the same story as the last few hardpoints. Nobody who hits this rotation is letting any points go. And you've got to say, can Paris do it one more time? When this rotation comes in just a few seconds and they go to train, a hill, famous, by the way, for not allowing teams to get a lot of time on it regardless. Are they going to be able to get some of this back?
Let's see if they can. Both these teams, as mentioned, when these rotations have come in, big gunfight coming through. Gravity just about wins it with the cover. Maybe made it a little bit more difficult than you would have expected, but Gravity's that guy who's going to get the rotations for this Paris team. They didn't really have that prior to him coming in. We already seen the improvements when he did join this squad. Can Jimbo offer the similar level of improvement here for the Paris Legion squad? They've got this locked in. They've got some good position. They've got people over towards Doc and inside the train. Everybody has to win their gunfights, so if they can do, they're in a really, really good spot.
Well, at the moment, Paris feeling the pressure of LAG, but let's find out how they are coping with that in the comms. It's time for a Paris Legion listening.
Behind me. Slash your green box, one shot. Slash your green
one's
box.
in there. Yo, cross the front hill, on the red thing. Outer got me.
Front
hill. Front hill. Hey, one more out there. One's coming P5.
Still dirt, still dirt.
Try to get out.
Low post.
Asim, F1.
Okay.
He's stunned and one out in F1. There's 2
I went docks, I
There's
left.
2 P2, okay?
Oh, cross, he's top tower, top tower.
Docks right now. Oh, one shot in the hill, Hook.
Austin tower, one hill.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Come on, yo.
Let's start pushing them.
Let's kick up right here. I hit him on the hill.
I'm P1 right now.
I don't see the guy. One hill, Kyler, one shot.
Listen,
Kyler left side hill, one bullet.
I need time.
Kyler left side hill, or Kyler one side.
There, guys. We gotta get this guy tower. No, this is gonna be right.
I'm nading left side hill.
Alright.
He's still gonna be
one
top
top
dirt. Top dirt weak and one time.
Yep.
Where's he at time?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I need a left side time.
I need
left side time. He's still tower, guys.
One shot, top 3, ace him.
Okay, everyone go right then. Everyone go right. We're not listening. What's far left?
Puke, one shot time.
We have to kill this guy left. We're spawning.
He's on the left. He's on the left.
Top 3, one shot, ace him.
Low left time.
One P1 dead.
Ace him is top 3.
I'm coming left.
Top 3, ace him. Ace him hurt. He's on streaks. Top 3.
Backside time, Hook. I'm nading him.
I'm gonna get our nades.
Shot, bro. Hook dead. He's still top 3, ace him. He's shooting me.
I don't see him.
I'm trained right now.
I'm coming left with you.
You better clutch steps.
I
don't see him.
Clutch dead now. Asim weak. He's still there.
Ace, I'm still there.
There's 2 ult, 2 ult, 2v5,
Still there.
2v5.
Ace, I'm hurt.
I got
P5
one.
could be out.
Wow, my goodness, we do not see many teams pick up that amount of time over towards P5, and it's off the back of a combined like 25 spree for the LAG. They're about 100 points in the lead. And what is the comms going to be like from them? I'd imagine confident. Let's go for a listening with LA Girls.
Let's see
Missing
better.
Jimbo, bro.
Let's see better. He could be
Outer
fucking
dead.
dub. Better, Jimbo, outer jump.
Donnie outer.
Jim,
Donnie outer.
that's
Donnie
up,
outer.
jump.
There's cats, there's
Jimbo,
cats.
or John and Donnie, both
Cats
there.
there, John.
I spawned out.
Outer,
Donnie,
One more
there.
intercept. John.
They need top for you.
I'm turning
I'm
nade
going
there.
around left. I'm going around left. I'm needing one
I'm
for
trying to
I'm already
keep
at
going.
new. I'm already at new.
Oh,
Take it right side, take it
Watch.
right side.
Back right,
Sorry.
Jimbo, one shot, back
Back
right.
right.
Everyone, John,
I'm
dead. at new.
Jimbo,
Back right
dead.
still.
Oh, they could be docs on me.
10
Could be
seconds.
docs on me.
Try to push through.
Intercepts.
Intercept, got
Three
it.
there.
One shot, you win, shot.
Yeah,
I'm at
play
new.
SQ.
I rotated it.
Cutter, play
I'm good,
SQ.
I'm good, I'm
Play
good.
SQ, please.
I trust. I know where they're spawning.
Donnie's on me, cats there.
I got one.
Going dogs. Going dogs right now. Going dogs.
Donnie's still cats
I'm
there.
already in new. I'm already in new. One guy's out.
Go dogs.
Hit me.
I don't see him
Yo,
clutch.
Marty dogs. Marty dogs.
Yeah, Jimbo.
Donnie was
Jimbo's
here
one shot.
Jimbo dead.
Nice.
Jimbo
Get
dead.
out
I
of
have
shit. Yeah, I
dogs.
spawned out. I spawned out.
Dude, John.
Close right
Okay,
there.
nice, nice.
Yes,
on time.
I don't see
Yo,
what
keep
dogs you
firing
get.
time.
Yeah, there's
One
20 dogs.
time.
20 dogs on me.
Crazy on time.
SQ dead.
Nice.
Get
Fire,
up.
fire,
Fire.
fire, fire, 20 fire, fire,
Can I get time?
fire.
Can
One
I
bullet
get
on their
That's
door,
one dead.
on their front door,
Front door.
Jimbo's
On the
near
tank.
like their
No,
front door.
Jimbo's close
Oh, I
to
took
P5.
over.
He's on the
One more. Front door.
Got
Okay,
naded.
front
Going
going out.
One
Going
on
out.
on you. Play your time, brother.
35
Try to stay
seconds here, guys.
Outer door. Outer door.
Try to go train. Try to go train right now.
Close that time, John.
Well, 2 very different listenings there from our teams, and 2 very different games as well. At the moment, LAG dominating. Ever since about the halfway mark in this game, they have been lighting it up, including Slasher, by the way. I haven't had a chance to hype him up because we were in the listening, but oh my goodness, 24-11. Asim is 20-13 as well. It has gone badly for Paris here, Ton.
Slasher is absolutely cooking them. It's ridiculous plays from him. We heard Nameless on the desk say that he really hasn't been stepping up to the plate, but 24-11. I think it was like 11 spree or something before. He has the things in the back pocket to try and break this hill if they need it. Shot's gonna come in, but I feel like the damage is already done. Legion so far behind. In and down listening, it was very contrasting as the kills start to come through. Here should be the break, but it's so contrasting. You're very right. Paris Legion sound frustrated. They've been broke, rightfully so.
Well, they've been broken here, and AC is going to continue to gun, not give him anything here. He's going to try and patrol platform, but at the moment, I wonder if Paris is just thinking about the next game. It's almost too late to break it. It is. It's over. It's done. It's dusted. And Paris Legion are not having a good time today.
Big map number 1 from LAG, and they needed that kind of map. Let's not get it twisted. They have not looked good as of recent. They flat out look bad, awful at major number 1. As we mentioned at the beginning of the series, though, Paris, they came out the gates that little bit hotter on Sunday, or on Saturday, I should say, at the event. However, here online, where they for either team, you would lean towards Paris. LAG, though, as we've seen, S&D not working out for them too well, and it's not going to start great for the Paris Legion, as Gunless is the one to find the sniper. Look, we've seen some of the teams, they had the catalyst of a sniper to get them going on Desert Siege. I'm thinking Ultra with Insight being the main problem for another one of these teams. If Gunless can continue that, like he's kicked off round number 1, Paris are going to be in trouble.
Yeah, at the moment, they're relying on Gravity to keep an eye of the entire B side. Realistically, Paris Legion are going to try and play this close and contest if that bomb does go down. Right now, what they don't want to do is give Gunless any more snipes with it. Asim is looking to make a push towards B here. He's going to have to be careful. And it will be all on Paris Legion, by the way. They need to figure out where to get a pick. They need to figure out how this gets down. The sun is going to go down. They're careful.
That's huge. Jimbo's going to fight one. Doesn't realize the seams on the bomb side. Gunfights get traded left, right, and center. Ultimately, down to Gravity in a 1 versus 2. It's really tough. He's calling out the information, and eventually we see Jimbo make the push, but goes for the wrong first gunfight. Oh, shots from Gravity, though. 1v1.
Well, he had the statistics. We keep an eye on to this one. Can he kick it off with a clutch? Sees Hugh as well, and he can. Gets there in time as well. Shuts it down, and that's what Paris Legion needed. They lost the first blood, but a clutch from Gravity will give them that first point on the board.
Very clean from Tom Gravity. And you see there in that situation, he hasn't really revealed himself down that B side. We see LAG kind of push over towards B from mid-map, so they don't reveal themselves on the outside. The first time they get a check on that is when the stun comes out from Gravity, and as soon as that happens, Jimbo moves forward, finds the one, does get traded, but from there, they don't really have a great deal of info on Gravity, and that's what he makes count in his situation. Finds the first kill, and from there, it's just about holding your angle, see if you can make it work for yourself. chooses the right spot, finds the gunfight. John gonna take some shots at the start of round number 1 though. LAG, high defensive line.
Oh, here it comes. He's in a toe. Slash's foot could have been picked off, but no cigar there at the moment. But Asim is on sight. John's looking for the angle on him. Temp might end up trying to push this as well. Gunless on Overwatch though. Is going to shut it down, and that makes Asim a little bit more comfortable. He's taking shots now from Temp. Temp has to back off as well. They know Gunless is out here with a sniper. Surely Paris Legion are not going to get another clutch in this scenario. Bomb is away from them, and they're a little bit pinned back.
Yeah, I mean, this is worst case scenario. Attacking round, isn't it, really? Bomb over towards B. You know there's somebody there. And Gunless, oh, he's trying it to find on the Temp as well. It's such a nightmare scenario. And look, Gravity's left in a 1 versus 4, but what works brilliantly there for LAG, the fact that Asim finds himself behind Bomb, it means if you're Paris, you have to push forward. You have to then try and find the pick onto the bomb site, but then you have to worry about Gunless, who's got the big stick out back left. Here he is for another. It isn't just the pistol, it's the sniper as well from Gunless. Fantastic work from LAG. They bring it back fast.
Yeah, by the way, I've never seen a player just continuously look at a sniper over and over again as Temp did there. Unfortunately, he didn't get sniped, but he did get taken down with Hook in the end, and that would have been called out by Gunless as well. They would have moved on to him knowing if they take him down, it's a 1 versus 3. That's exactly what they were looking for. But a shutdown from LAG there on the defense, and Paris Legion seem to keep losing members at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, sometimes you do see players get aggressive on the defensive side and hold that angle from B site. As we can see immediately, that Temp is not doing. He's getting aggressive over the top. Is he going to get caught from behind? Though it's far too easy. This push that comes through, Asim eventually finds it. He'd be screaming at Gravity, where's the call? Gravity does not see the push that comes on through, and Asim, that's one of the easiest kills he'll find today.
3rd round in a row here. Paris Legion have lost first blood.
It's just sloppy.
It's fundamentals. They realistically, they don't want to give them away. It could have cost them more here if Gravity hadn't got the clutch, but all is not lost for them. They have the opportunity here to try and get another good scenario. 3 versus 4 for them at the moment. Bomb is going down. John is going to take some grenade damage down to 20, and with Bomb planted, Paris Legion have to swing into action. Gunless throws a bullet down range. It's not going to be good enough, but I'll tell you something, there's no crowd here, but a ninja is coming in. Jimbo's on the ninja defuse. Another clutch from Paris Legion. Unbelievable. Unreal.
Got to be heading west in the brain if that happens to you, LAG. What am I seeing? It's planted for your side, bro. Just lock it down. There's so many eyes on the bomb. My God. Look, if it was planted for other side and the mistake's being made and he's got the cover of the bomb to then defuse it, then yeah, okay, these things happen. He's planted on the other side. Somebody peek it. You got somebody with a sniper, just peek it.
Was it? I couldn't remember what side it was.
Yeah, it was planted for LAG's side.
Unbelievable.
LAG's side.
I'll tell you one thing I took away from that, though, is it was very unusual after being at the major, there not being a crowd. It's like, wait a minute, I can talk about the ninja defuse, it's fine. And as I say that, by the way, another first blood. Paris Legion, their 4th first blood in a row they have lost, but somehow they are winning this S&D through 2 clutches they have made so far. Turns out it's not about first blood, it is about just ice cold blood. Because they are being composed and somehow winning this. They are down in members again, but at this point, I don't take anything away from them.
Yeah, LAG in a good spot to not let the 2v4 happen, I would say. But look, I think when it comes down to the fact that you're finding these clutches, yeah, that's fantastic. But you would rather not have to be in the situation as well. And well, there's going to have to be another one here from John. Now it's going to be 1 versus 3. Surely he's going to be pushed, and surely he should be dead momentarily. There you go, around over towards LAG. They'll be looking at this and saying to themselves, right, how are we not 4-0 up here right now? How is this happening? Fantastic stuff from Paris to bring it back. But as said, you don't want to have to give these first bloods away. Your job is easier in a 4v4 scenario rather than the numbers being against you. But in that situation, again, the first pick comes through every single time. That does make it difficult for Paris. They need to be stepping it up, need to be making sure they are playing maybe a little bit more passive, not getting caught out so easily. Maybe those comms, maybe the strategies haven't necessarily been nailed down yet, because a lot of these first bloods are going to make an impact at some point.
Well, see if Paris can stop that first blood, and Gunless has already seen Gravity. He knows he's over here. Gravity pops up. He's not going to get it. Gunless goes down to 5 health. For a second there, I thought it could have been a first blood, and it will be. 10 gets it now. And finally, Paris get the first blood onto an S&D round.
And John nearly got snapped onto there, but look at this from Slasher. They wouldn't expect it so soon. Gunless with the overwatch, and Slasher gets out. That's the important part. John, don't you dare pick this. Oh, well, maybe he can with a sniper of his own, but nonetheless, still 3v3. LEG completely give up control of the site, but you need to find some kills.
All going down here, and there's another ninja on the move.
Oh.
There's another ninja on the move. They're trying to get this one as well. Surely not. They're going to try and get it onto him. No, they have to jump off it eventually. Temp gets two.
Word.
It's now a 1 versus 1. Slasher is here to check. Temp is rid of the pre-aim. Oh, he's going to find him as well, and Slasher will shut it down in the end, but that was chaos around the B site for a second. I think somebody started defusing, and then obviously, with that many players up, had to jump off.
That's unfortunate for Temp. He is watching that angle initially, then checks towards sandbags, expects Slasher just to be holding the angle, playing his life out there. Unfortunate. Good gunfight to win the first initial, but nonetheless, again, it just feels as if it's constantly against Paris in this search and destroy. They seem to be fighting from the back foot at every single turn. And the fact that it's still 1 round in it is quite miraculous. It has to be said. Slasher, 6 in a row, though. We've seen him streak off on hardpoint. He's continued to do so here on the search and destroy. Jimbo finds the kill into a seam, 4v3 in favor of Paris.
Paris starting to get those first bloods rolling a little bit better, and that does give them a little bit more control on this map. Ook just trying to get some information, smashing out that window. Try to figure out where exactly Paris is sitting. Paris slowly trying to make this push forward, waiting for tacticals and nades to go off as those checks come into the bomb. Gravity
Hook's
throwing a
gonna fly.
long bomb down range. Oh no, Hook has managed to slip the net! He slipped the net and got Temp! They brought it back to a 3 versus 3, and they know where the bomb is, and Hugh is going for a monster flank now.
Oh, that's so difficult for Paris, but nobody watching the inside track on the push on the train side. Always difficult. John will find a kill on the Gunless towards the back, though. They could do with getting rid of Slasher, but he stays where he is. 2 versus 2. They know the bombs would have been picked up as well there. Now they're trying to bait the B push out here. Well, if you're LAG, you've bit.
Oh, they have bit. They
Oh,
have.
yeah. Paris Legion have played a blind. Oh, have they? Yes, they have. They find the first gunfight. Now Slasher left in a 1v2.
Can you see John on the outside, though? John's already waiting for him. He's going to try to win that gunfight. It's not going to happen. Paris Legion do get that round taken. And LAG, they rushed it. They thought there's somebody at B, and there wasn't. They got caught out just a little bit. Hugh was flat-footed. And gets shut down. This one is going the distance ton.
Back and forth, back and forth. It's clutches happening all over, mostly on the Paris side, of course, but LAG really does feel like they've been the stronger team here. They're finding important kills. They're finding the first one the majority of the time as well. Seemingly have map control. Then all of a sudden, suddenly, Paris are finding rounds. This could feasibly be done. I'm not joking. This could be 6-0 right now to LAG. But the way that things are being going, Paris are clutching up.
Well, to quote the infamous philosopher, Dom Dreno, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. However, glide bomb coming in, gravity catch. And he's going to get taken down as first blood for LAG. Big fight going down though. Temp manages to get a seam and gets out of there. Slash will eventually get John, and Hugh gets Temp. And 1 player left alive. It's Jimbo. That's not going to be enough. LAG will move into the lead in a very fast round.
Streak invested, you get the round. It's best case scenario for LAG. When you put that glide bomb and you find that kill towards the back, you would expect things to open up for you. They do so. And the problem is there for the players that are around that bomb site for Paris. You have to dive back in over towards the palace. Oh, it's literally a case of just trying to win your gunfights as you fight your way out back through mid. It's so tough in that scenario. Really don't want to be caught anywhere on Desert Siege with a glide bomb out there. Isn't a lot of cover. And most of it towards the defensive side.
Big push coming in here. Paris Legion going for this aggressively. We know Gunless is the only player over here, and he must have called this out. At the moment, he hasn't been able to get a pick for it. That bomb has gone down. Gunless has come under some serious pressure at the back. He needs reinforcements before he can try and make a move. Gunless, though, already managed to pick off John. The rest of LAG are going to hit this from the front.
I mean, that has to be a crazy shot from Gunless from there. Takes down John, finds the bullets with the auto. Jimbo checking the site, and he's punished for it. 2 players left, one of them in Gravity finds the first, and Temp is here as well. Is he going to check the bomb? Is anybody going to check the bomb? Gravity, you need to get the shots in. Does so now on 1 versus 2. Oh, they didn't get the diffuser. Oh, no, it's a disaster. What is this search and destroy?
Unbelievable. I'll tell you something, LAG, they stack the bomb. They put players around it to deflect. And it paid out for them. Slasher just held it and said, you know what? I'm not getting off. None of my teammates are left. I'm staying here and I'm hoping for the best. And it works out for them.
I mean,
Turns out, pro move. Stick to the defuse.
You can't get off in that scenario if you're Slasher. You just watch your teammates all just get eviscerated. So it's like, okay, well, what do I do? Jump off and try and 1v2 them, then defuse the bomb within 12 seconds? Ain't gonna happen. He's got to be sticking it. Gunless. Oh, I mean, he's gonna get gunned this time. A Seaman says back, though. 3v3.
Keeping an eye out and being careful. Name of the game here is Paris cannot afford to have any more mistakes. John with that sniper rifle throws one down range, but almost gets caught. Just a little bit of an angle. Slasher is there, and John throws a nade, maybe to flush him out, maybe to try and pick that one up as well. It's not going to work for. Wait a minute, it is! He's lobbed it long and somehow got Slasher for it. Hugh gets one back into this 3 versus 2. Sorry, 1 versus 2. Everybody's gone down. And it's all on Temp. Temp finds the first. He's looking for the second. Where on earth is Hugh is what he's thinking. He's seen the slide around the corner. He's seen Hugh. He's seen him. It's not enough. He gets gunned. And LAG will win the search and destroy. And what a scrappy S&D, by the way. I don't understand the majority of those rounds. The teams were fighting tooth and nail. There were ninja diffusers. There were clutches. There was chaos.
That is one of the craziest search and destroys I've seen this year so far. That was nutty. And what? I mean, look, we've talked about both these two teams. Search and destroy hasn't necessarily been their best. I mean, it's not really been great from either one of them. That might. Let's see if they can get things underway here, though, in Tuscan Control. It's almost like when you see those two prize fighters, both undefeated, going up against each other, except the complete opposite. It's like somebody has to win, I suppose, and maybe things will take a turn for one of these two teams. Initially, though, it is a good start for the Paris Legion, getting aggressive. Should be Church Control, should be A Control, as they lock in every kill.
Already at the moment, you can see it's all the Paris Legion moving forward at the moment. And they are gunning right now. They are trying to just make sure they get an early quick A. It's not gone for them very, very well, though. A Slasher, the number 1 player for LAG so far this series, guns them completely down. That's back to respawn.
All the way back. Now a little bit of a tricky situation here for Paris. Just to note, the request for a pause in the game has been queued, so we will keep an eye on that and let you guys know any information as soon as we do gather it. But for now, we are continuing. Gravity will find 2. Push over towards A, starting to come on through. Can they make something work here? Paris Legion. Lives very, very even. Gravity will find 3 on the entry eventually. It's really gunless in a spot to potentially do something here, but a lot of time being wasted over towards A and not really a lot of map control. Temp will help with that. Next couple of gunfights are very, very crucial, though. Can Paris find a way through?
Oh, it's Slasher again here at the side, and eventually will go down, but there are trades flying about with him. As the Seam goes for it, and there's a pre-fire flying in. This guy is obviously feeling himself, even though he's 3 and 3. Hugh coming in for another one as well. And they are now just trying to punish Paris back into their spawn completely. At this point, Paris is going to be sitting here trying to figure out, where do we go? We desperately need some more kills on the board.
Can't manage to find a way through, and with only 15 seconds remaining, it's a solid defense coming in from LAG. Luke's finding the kills with the auto, and now it's up to Jimbo. Try to slow this clock down as best as he possibly can. Good shots under a seam. Can he find a second? The problem is the support is not quite there yet. Here comes the engagements. Is A eventually going to fall? Well, there's potential here for Paris, but the problem is for them, even if they get this done, look at the lives they've got to play with to try and get a hold of B. So tough.
Well, there is a possibility if they do get A and they go for it, which is looks like they are actually doing. They're now going towards B. They're trying to make magic happen here. I don't know if they can already. Jimbo jumping straight onto it, stopping the clock. John's got 1. There are Paris players streaming towards B now. You got to get back on that clock, John. Don't get off. You're the only player on it.
There's a difficulty here, though, there's a difficulty for the side of LAG here, though. Did they commit to this? They have done. Oh. Is that going to be 2 kills that could have come through? Oh no, LA Gorillas, they get them off it. Nobody from Legion on the point, and
who let them through there? Who's that last player on the steps?
I'm not too sure, but it just felt like Paris had control of the side there. I'm not too sure how that's happened.
Well, essentially what I think happened there was John was on the site, but he had to play in a very difficult position. He was playing near concrete stairs. And the reason for that, by the way, is because he was worried about the nades flying in from LAG, but he was also the only player on that hill. I think it might have been Jimbo who was trying to watch that back spawn, but he wasn't watching Truck, where eventually a player from LAG just moved through and gunned John, because John was essentially in the open, expecting cover from his teammates. And then we had, what, 1.2 seconds left?
Yeah, that's tough. I think if you Jimbo there, obviously hindsight is a wonderful thing. as of course the pause did come through, so we will get things up to date as soon as we possibly can. But for Jimbo in that situation, you kind of need to cut the head of a snake off, don't you? You need to be aggressive. You need to stop those nades potentially coming through if you can. Force the spawns further back towards the church side, makes things that little bit easier, of course, but nonetheless, that is going to be the round over to LAG. Paris Legion now, their turn to defend. Very much an expected round for LAG. When attacking rounds do fall your way, though, it's more likely on Tuscan than it is in Kavitu. But here we go, gunfights over towards B, and most of them going over to LAG. Make that another as Gunless starts to heat up. 8 and 6 from him. B not going to necessarily much go on here for LAG, but nonetheless, they find the kills to open things up. It gives them room over towards A as well. There should be a cap if they can lock some time in.
Well, Slasher again, just gunning temp off of it eventually. John, though, now getting a bit of control at the back of Church. He'll be looking for a Slasher as well. Good slide coming in. He's in a good position here for the rest of his teammates can back him up. You can see Jimbo trying to get that pinch as well, eventually going down. And LAG are holding fast for a second before they can get bodies up. They are not playing this reckless at all.
Good kills coming in here for Paris Legion. Lives are 4 over towards their side of things. If you're LAG, just take your time on this one. Don't necessarily want to give too much away here. You can see already Asim has found a little route through, and they're going to be playing off the back of that one. Here comes Asim from behind, going to find one. That's going to open up the door now for LAG. He's going to find a second as well onto Gravity. Trying to lock in as best as they can. John will be taking down the church, but damage is done. LAG, they've got a foot in the door.
At the moment, Slasher, slow and steady, is becoming a real problem for the Paris Legion. Every time they challenge him, they're going down. And Hugh just being let fly to go and slay as much as he can. Paris Legion, though, still in command of this realistically. They do have the lives on the board. A has now gone. But it's never about A. It's always about B, and LAG have a mountain to climb.
Yeah, it's still quite tough. Especially the life discrepancy that you find yourself at if you're LAG. We're just going to start coming in over towards the back here. You can already see, though, John posturing, ready to make their movement from behind as soon as this call out comes on through, that there's 3 coming from his side. Then that's what he's going to surely start making his move. Good work by Temp, though, to push shots in. Won't expect Jimbo here. And now this is a very, very hard push. Hook finds his way through. Will find himself back in the respawn queue as well. Jimbo's done well. Gunfights have been won by Paris for the most part. LAG struggling to get through.
Little curious about that push there in the end. Obviously, Hugh went for it. I was expecting Gunless to slide out and try and give him some support. Hasn't worked out for them in the end. And Gravity shut it down in mid-map. Temp gets 2 as well. And that's back to the beginning here for LAG. And I don't know if they throw these 4 lives away. I imagine with 32 seconds left, they're just going to try and get some more kills on the board.
Yep, they're waiting for them coming. There's Gunless saying thank you very much. There's a free one for me. Trying to remember what the lives were in round number 1. I think it was pretty comfortable over towards LAG, but now they're making it a little bit more interesting. They found the kills here against Paris. A couple more and they maybe go for this one. 8v4. Got to be perfect if you're LAG still. There's another one on the Gravity. Do you consider it?
No, I don't think you do. I think they're just playing for kills here. They're just trying to bring that kill deficit down a little bit by a little bit, and Slash with that big pick, they would have liked him to got out there. But yeah, that was the call from probably about 45 seconds ago. We do not have the numbers and we do not have the time to get B. What we need is the kill difference.
Good work if you're LAG in that scenario. I'd be happy to, well, bring it back a little bit. They found 4 or 5 kills without answer, so that makes things that little bit easier. When we do get towards the positives and negatives, I'll work that out if we need to get there, Brycey. But right now, LAG seem to be the ones in a little bit of a better spot. Jimbo trying his best, though, to counteract against that one. That's kill number 18 for him up against Asim. A little bit of beat capture going on here as Temp is actually going to get some control top church as well. Ideal for Paris, but he does fall. LAG looking to break back on the front of Asim. He'll find one, he'll break on through. And this should be LAG getting it back.
Still waiting for it. Paris trying to play those numbers at the moment. Gunner's playing slow, looking for them. He's going to find John as well. He knows somebody is behind him. I was going to say he should have known somebody was behind him. Eventually, it does come through. And Gunner's guns Gravity as well. Gunner's now on a 5 streak for this one, and you can tell Paris Legion were trying to play that one a little bit tricky. They were looking for the early start. Jimbo has been playing very, very aggressive this entire game, and there it is again.
I mean, who can't be right? Weak, right? Surely he had to be weak, as John will then find 2 inside of Church. You can see Gunless on the flank, though, continuing his spree. I think that'll be number 6 for him. There's the strafe and run. Of course, looking for that glide bomb. That's the important one.
And that slows down a little bit now as they know Jimbo's somewhere behind them, and he is being a menace. 20 and 16. Most deaths on his team, but also the most kills. Eventually gets taken down by Asim. And I think LAG might give this one away, Ton. I'm not entirely certain. They're going to try and make any sort of move towards it. They don't really have positioning. However, so that Slasher manages to pick off one. They might try and stop this now. Slasher knows where he is. And even when it coming through, it will be Asim on the flank, and they're just gunning all over the map. Asim's going to go down here regardless, though.
Didn't get it. They didn't get it.
They have stopped it.
And now they can push up, cause a little bit more pressure. Gunless didn't get a hold of that final streak, but nonetheless, he's still 22 and 12, so not bad offing coming out of Gunless. Push over towards B here. Jimbo now momentarily left alone. The cavalry's coming through in the fall of Temp, who eventually will find one. Can't get out. Just feels like damage is done. Gunless all alone over towards A. Paris need to extend this time.
It seems like a lot of the Paris tactic here is to let Jimbo just run free and rack up as many kills as he can and be a problem for LAG, and it has been working somewhat in this game. Gravy, though, eventually going to jump onto this one, and LAG do have the live control. They are going to lose A. We've got at least another minute of this left. Asim just saying, all right, I know you're already weak, going to get challenged, but that will be traded as well. Another pinch coming in from LAG. Oh, gunned! John says no thank you, but it doesn't matter as Gunless is there to pick it up, and he has been a monster so far for LA. He's, I think, 26, and I actually forgot what numbers he was, but it was very good, Ton.
Hey, no, he's playing well. Look, yeah, for LAG in that scenario. Yes, okay, they probably knew A was already choked up, but they just got chaotic. They know they have the life lead. It would take something quite mesmerizing for Paris Legion to bring it back in that scenario, but nonetheless, they're in a good spot over towards B. Make that 4, not quite 3. Eventually, 3 left for the Paris Legion. As Hook will trade that one out. Now for Paris, oh, the push-up comes on through. John will find one, but 3v8, you don't likely see it happening.
Nah, all Paris want to do is get a pick here without giving anything more away. They already know they're in trouble. There's a lot of life difference so far on the board.
It's actually about only a 4 or so difference right now. Look, yeah, so Gravity is what, -5. John is also -5. Temp though, well, okay, -4 now. It's about 5 or 6. The lead for LAG, make that 6 or 7 as Gunless will find another. And that's kind of like, I don't mean to nitpick, but for Paris there in that situation, you're trying to play your lives to not allow it to get away from you far too much as we head into the 4th round. And they keep taking gunfights. I don't really understand it. Just stay alive. Keep that down. You don't want to offer that threat, because there's a big difference between 3 or 4 kills and 7 or 8. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think in that situation, if you're choking around, choke it entirely. Don't take the gunfights unnecessarily. Don't know if you agree, man. I'm just
well, I think the difference is at this point, realistically, Paris have the opportunity on the defense to bring that back. Yes, obviously don't throw away the lives for it, but considering you've got a defense coming up and both teams have been able to get kind of the life advantage on their defense, if they can make a very good case for it here, Paris, they certainly might be able to bring it back regardless. Jimbo just trying to play his life here as well. Somehow eventually going to go down as Hugh opens up. And this is looking like a very fast A capture. It may not even come down to lives at all.
Yeah, it might not. And that positivity on the defensive side of things kind of threw your point out the window entirely. Fantastic hook from LAG, though, on their attacking side. And you're all right, though, that most of the kills were coming in for Paris on their defensive side. They will find a couple more there and will clear them out. But look at that, 2 minutes and 20 seconds for LAG to try and make their push. Can they do it 3-1? A 3-0 win here in this series would be... Look, I mean, I may be theorizing a little bit too far as there's still plenty of the game left to go, but a lot of people are expecting a little bit more out of Paris, myself included.
It's early days. It's early days for Paris. Like I said before, I'm going to give it a little bit of a pinch of salt for this one. They're just settling Jimbo in, and at the moment on this control, he has been one of the most aggressive players. 23 and 23. Slow down just a little bit, but Hugh is going to be there for him as well. The spray comes through, and eventually will be taken down by Gunless. Unfortunate, the 2-player bait and switch coming in. Temp now going to try and hold fast. He knows players are here. There will be a stack coming in from LA. They're looking for this. They're trying to punch through. And unfortunately, you're going to shut down. Grenades flying in from Paris Legion will shut them down completely. It's only going to be Slasher left alive. Eventually has to get out of there. 4 health remaining for Slasher. He says, all right, I'll wait for my teammates.
And the been on a wing and a prayer there, getting out of the gunfight with 10, but we'll find one on John in the middle as well. So pressure still coming in here for LAG. Slight life advantage, although that's going to be very quickly wiped out. Only the one now as the gunfight comes through. Asim, oh my goodness, Jimbo with the movement. Can he find a third? Doesn't need to. No gunfight challenges coming on through. LAG very much taking their time here. And I think probably in the same breath, they will know that they're in that life lead. They don't want to give too much away, but 2 for 2 trade, just taking their time. They're looking for the clean break.
The only way Paris really try and make a push here. Sorry, LAG try and make a push. If they do this, if they start cleaning them off completely, and they will, they're now pushing into B. They've got the life advantage on this one as well, and now they're trying to get the capture. Gravity pre-aiming. He knows players around here. He wants to go for it as well. Gets one, but will be traded out again. Tem coming through as well. Jimbo locking it down. And that brings it back to all even. That should technically still give it in hands of LA. As the push from Paris comes out, they're trying to put pressure onto the board as Jimbo gun slasher.
That's big. I think that's going to chalk it up for LAG on this round. Having a quick look at it though. It's gunless, isn't it? And this is the one that's making the difference. So -4. I mean, look at that from that. +16 for gunless is what's really making the difference. Fantastic stuff there. They will be in the lead in terms of kills. They will get the defensive side of things. Either that or my maths is terrible. A couple more kills coming through, just putting the cherry on the cake of what is going to be a round 5 defense for LAG. It's been all about the defensive holds so far. Both teams trading those blows as we head into round number 5. Can Paris bring it back here with an attacking round to force a map 4 and a potential map number 5, or can LAG close it out in 3?
Well, it comes down to this. Paris Legion are on the attack, and they have to do something neither team has been able to do here, but at least they don't have to worry about lives for it. They can continue to make pushes all the way through this round. At the moment, big push onto A for them. Nobody from LAG is really even contesting it. There is a flank coming in, but it might actually be a little bit too late. Slasher holding firm. John has called it perfectly as well. John sees the second, but he will be gunned down eventually. Slasher and Gunless have been menaces so far.
Gunless is absolutely frying. He's 35 and 19. It's going to be very, very difficult to beat a team when Gunless is playing that kind of game. They're going to break them on through as well. John's the only one left who can potentially do something here. They're going to force them away. Can they try to continue this pressure? Good shots coming in from Gravity. Gets the second as well. That should open up A here for Paris Legion. This should be the cap. LAG have given it up. A 1 life advantage. 2 minutes on the clock. Have to capture B to stay in the series. It's do or die for the Legion.
Yeah, at the moment, I've got to say, between Gunless and Slasher, it's been that auto roll that's been working really, really well for LAG. Whenever they can get into a position where positioning matters and hold down one side of it, either Gunless or Slasher in the previous games, has been lights out. Cute though, they've let him go free, and at the moment he is just running around trying to whittle down the lives from Paris Legion. They still have 1:30 on the board to do this 1 ton, but it is very, very difficult.
They can get rid of Gunless towards the back, and there's a little posse beside them that maybe they can get around, but Asim says no. Most of these kills in the last 20 seconds or so have went over towards LAG. Starting to heat up though for Paris. Do they know that Gunless is spawned back there so soon though? I'm not too sure they do, and there he is for another 2 kills. 37 and 21 out of Gunless. And just shutting down the Legion in every single attempt. Hook with another kill as well. It's looking good for LAG. Now they put the pressure on. Now they put themselves halfway at the map. Paris are going to fight through more than once to get themselves anywhere near the point.
Slasher doesn't want that gunfight. Eventually, Jimbo will take him down as well. Paris desperately trying to get a big wipe here as they push through. Gravity gunning Q could mid-map, might have done it. Asim is going to be here though. Already shuts down that player onto the point. And John is just holding fast. He knows he needs more teammates before they can make this push. They're now going to have to link at least 1 more big wave of kills.
So what Paris are doing here, they're just completely clearing out their flank. They know they can't be pushed from that side, so now it's about locking it down. But oh, they're going to expect 2 top patio. They get 1. The call out will come on through. That Slasher is there, but here comes the stack on the point from Paris. If you're LAG, you gotta go, and it's at the front is Gunless. There's 1, can't find the second, does not need to. Slasher is there, and now all of a sudden, Paris Legion, you're killing each other now. It's a 7 versus 13, 25 seconds remaining. Bryce, I don't think it's doable.
It's 1 last push for Paris. John already, though, gets one, makes up for that grenade, looking for the players out here to gun it. It's already found Slasher as well. It's John all the way. John already looking for it as well, tries to give him the shoulder, trying to get through, but eventually he snaps on the wrong player, and Hugh can see him break it down. Gravity all alone, a sea of troubles. He's trying to make it work here, eventually gets traded out as well, and that will be the game. LA say goodbye to Paris in a 3-0 victory. They take the control. This game is done and dusted, and they celebrate. They know it was a good win.
Yeah, a confident performance out of LAG. 3-0 scoreline represents the game. Let's be honest, look, Search and Destroy, they were dominant throughout, albeit plenty of mistakes that were made, but mistakes can be fixed. Hardpoint, dominant. Control, yeah, you win your defenses, you get the job done, but it's a 3-0 series that LAG needed. Let's not